Okay, since you don't like to talk about the Rochas Foundation, one area that you've actually talked about so many times is the issue of the urban renewal. And some people are still worried about the massive demolitions you've carried out so far. What is actually happening?
Demolition?
Yeah, demolition of structures.
Excuse me. Listen, you cannot make an omelette without breaking an egg. If I want a new city, we must sacrifice for it. But care is taken to provide a human face to it. I have not demolished any house. Listen to me, my friend. We have not demolished any house because of this construction. We have simply demolished fences and shanties. This zinc and this all these shanties that litter the road that makes the city look sick. I can't live in an environment like this. If any other government find this good, I don't find it good. I mean, this is Russia. I have class. And I'm bringing that class to my state. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody appreciate everybody in Imo State is happy with urban renewal. They're happy with the expanse of road. There's no more traffic in Owerri. Have you noticed that? If I were looking for more vehicles to come into Owerri, I have to meet up. Owerri is the fastest growing city now in Nigeria because of urban renewal. People are building houses. There are more houses being built now that has not been constructed since the inception of Nigeria, Imo State.
Okay, Your Excellency, let's talk politics now.
Talk to me.
There have been so much clamor for restructuring. What's your view of restructuring?
You know, I'm saying I'm tired about Nigerian terminologies. What are you restructuring? What are you restructuring? What is wrong with the structure? Is the structure faulty?
But there have been many agitations.
It's a bad workman that quarrels with his tools. There's nothing wrong with structure of Nigeria, but there's something wrong with leadership at all levels.
So what is wrong with the leadership?
If you want to have a country, we should have a country for God's sake. And if you want to live in the illusion of running emotions, call a country, or sentiments, call a country, then we can go ahead with that. Nigeria, there's nothing wrong with Nigeria, but there's nothing wrong with Nigerians.
So you've talked about leadership now. What kind of leadership?
So, excuse me.
Are you advocating
excuse
for?
Me. If there's food on the table of the common man, if the infrastructure is there, who cares? This is the only country where you talk about the structure, you talk about who become president because it's a Christian or Muslim. That makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense.
So in essence, you're contented with the derivation formula, you're contented with the issue of resource control.
Excuse me, those are not the disease. Those are symptoms of the disease. If things are well, who cares about resource control?
Are you comfortable with the
symptoms?
symptoms?
Resource control? Excuse me, you're comfortable about resource control and who gets what because it's not enough. If enough, who cares? Who cares? Who governs? At this 20th century, we're talking about a governor must come from a particular zone, a president must come from a particular zone. What kind of a nation is this, for God's sake? In Imo State here, who cares now? Who cares even where a governor comes from? Who cares? Because every child is going to school without paying for school fees. That's what is restructuring.
There have been lots of agitations, even within the governorship forum now, about the situation where states are giving handouts from the federal level. Are you also comfortable with that structure?
Excuse me, to start with, every state in this country most states in this country are bigger than nations. When the Liberia president came here, she asked me about my population of my state. I told her 5.2 billion people. She said, oh, wow, your state is bigger than my state. But because we're a state, they treat people as if a state is a local government in Nigeria. It's not. Some of these states are bigger than nations of Africa, even nations in the world. There's some European countries that are 2 million people. How can I have 5 million people and you treat me like a local government? The problem we have is if there's anything to restructure, is to people, maybe what they try to call restructuring is the devolution of power. I am an advocate of power devolution, not restructuring. You know, when you restructure Nigeria, it seems that you are changing the structure. There's nothing wrong with the structure. But that the head should shade his big head and let the legs and the body frame has a bit of meat in it. That's what is called a proper working economy. But Nigeria is suffering from what is called kwashiorkorism. system of government where the head is too big, with a tiny feeble leg, with a bulging tiny stomach called the state, and feeble leg called local government that works in such a confusing manner as if it's going to fall because the head is too big. So whenever there's no oil in Nigeria, the whole nation goes ablaze. That is a wrong system. There must be devolution of power. Power must be devolved so that the states can be strong as a federating unit. Why should the governor even go to Abuja to ask for help? Should governor be an executive cashier waiting for the month to end before he can get something to trade? Serif Johnson, who is running Liberia, who gives her money with 4 million people?
You may also join in this conversation by sending us your comment on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, setting the record straight on account of stewardship of Governor Okorocha in developing Imo State.